Hey there, I'm Danielle D'Onofrio, healing and personal development coach for adult children of dysfunctional family systems. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I release a new video every single day at 5 p.m. to help support your journey. Today, I want to talk to you about boundaries and making sure that you don't allow people in your life to treat you less than you deserve to be treated. You get to decide how you want to be treated. You get to decide the level of respect and consideration that you demand from the people in your sphere of influence, from the people who are in your life and who get access to you. Those are all your decisions. Okay, so if there is someone in your life who is treating you a certain way and making you feel less than, making you feel insecure, making you feel unsafe, making you feel uncertain, you need to take action and either communicate with that person, set a boundary with that person, or remove that person from your life. Everyone is going to treat you differently based on how they feel about themselves, based on what they've been through in the past, based on the level of priority they put in their relationships. And you can't change any of those things. People are going to treat people the way they're going to treat people. Okay, what you get to decide and what you get to control is what part of it you allow into your life. So I think one of the traps that we can fall into as adult children is, a lot of us grow up and come into adulthood with a significant level of empathy and compassion because we know what it's like to go through hard times, and we know what it's like to live with our wounds and to have those wounds play out in our lives and our relationships, right? So we see in other people, and I can speak for myself here too, a lot of times I have a hard time drawing the line with people because I have so much empathy and compassion for why they behave the way they behave. And I think empathy and compassion is great. It's a really important connectedness to have as a human. But we have to draw the line when it impacts how we feel about ourselves, or if it impacts how safe we feel in a certain situation, because everyone is responsible for themselves and everyone is responsible for their own journey, right? So you went through difficult times and you now understand what it means to have to heal wounds so that you can improve and enhance your behaviors and improve the quality of your life, and especially improve your relationships, right? Everyone else has to go through that process too. You can't go through that process for them. So you can have empathy and compassion for the way other people treat you and, having an understanding for why they behave the way they behave, but that can't be an excuse. It can't become an excuse because it's their responsibility to put in the work so that they can learn how to treat people better and attract healthier relationships into their life. Right? And the thing that you have control over is you have control over the types of relationships that you attract into your life. And one of the ways we attract healthier relationships, law of attraction, is we set boundaries and we ask for better from the universe by setting guidelines for ourselves and setting boundaries for ourselves about what we will accept and what we won't accept, right? And when we raise the standard for ourselves, the universe hears that, right? And our energy projects that, and it attracts new things and people and experiences, relationships that match that new energy, right? So don't be afraid to set boundaries. Don't be afraid to hold people accountable for their own behavior. Okay, and when I say hold people accountable, the only way that you need to hold people accountable is by saying, I'm not going to tolerate that behavior anymore. That doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel okay. It doesn't make me feel safe. So I'm not going to deal with that anymore. If you don't like my boundary, if that offends you, or if that makes you feel defensive, if you don't agree with how I feel, that's not my problem. That's your problem. And you can, see yourself out, right? You have to be able to do that. And I think another challenge we come up against in situations where we are setting boundaries with people who no longer feel okay for us to be around is, we're afraid of the judgment. We become afraid of backlash, right? Maybe there's chit chat behind our backs if you're part of a group, right? And you have to sever ties with somebody, if one friend, and if you set boundaries with one friend, is that person going to, talk about you behind your back and, kind of get the chit chat going among the other friends? You know what? Let it all happen. Let people show their hand. Okay? Let them show you that they're going to talk about you behind your back so that you have the information you need to walk the other way and make better friends. Okay? So I'm feeling a little bit fired up about this today because, it's always so interesting to me how often, we encounter situations with people. I mean, life in general is really just it's a collection of relationships. There are things in our lives, there are experiences in our lives, but at the end of the day, everything that matters has to do with relationships. And as we heal and grow, we're going to grow out of a lot of relationships that were part of our lives before, and we're going to grow into new relationships that better suit this new healed person, this new healed version of us, a happier version of us, a more fulfilled version of us, a more confident version of us. And confidence, that's another thing. As you become more confident, that confidence is going to feel almost offensive to people who don't share the same level of confidence. All right. So the only thing that you can do is live your life with integrity, respect others, and focus on your healing and growth journey. Okay? And set boundaries for what you feel safe and comfortable with in terms of the way other people treat you, and then tolerate nothing less. Okay? We're not going to get into how to set boundaries and how to maintain boundaries in this particular video. That's a whole other topic. But just keep the idea of boundaries in mind. You get to decide how you are treated. You get to decide that. You get to decide what your boundaries are. Other people, they either can choose to respect those boundaries and to respect you or take a hike. Okay? So that's the message I have for you guys today. Okay, if this video was helpful, definitely hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I release my thoughts here on the channel every single day at 5 p.m. and I would love to have you as part of the community. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you tomorrow.